We are now starting with the session. It's almost 11:45, and there are many people who have not yet joined. That's fine. What is virtualization? This is a abstraction of compute. What is the meaning of abstraction of compute? So on a physical machine, whatever the laptop, desktop, or a server you have, till date we were only able to install operating system on the top of it. So might be we are using either Windows, Linux, or Mac. And then on the top of this, you people are running some of your applications. This entire laptop, desktop, or a server, whatever the compute resources it has, so it has certain amount of memory, certain amount of CPUs, then it has got the storage, then it has got the network card. So these are the compute resources. CPU, memory, storage, and network card. So all these resources get shared with the Windows or Linux or the Mac, whatever the operating system you install. And then from that operating system, the resources are given to this application. So this is called physical infrastructure. In this physical infrastructure, what is happening? Entire hardware resources are used by single OS. So if you want to run multiple operating system, then you're not able to do that. If we could have done that, then we could have run more applications. And then we could have also added more operating systems. Because there are certain applications that will run only on Windows. There are certain applications that will run only on Linux, or certain applications that will run only on Mac. So if I want to have a combined solution for this, then I will do virtualization. So the same laptop, desktop, or server, what are we doing is we are installing operating system on the top of this, and this is generically called as hypervisor. So even this has memory. So let's say there is 128 GB of RAM in this. There is a 1 TB of disk. That's a local disk. There are two CPUs in this. And there is a network card. That's a network adapter. You also say it's a LAN card, right? and these are CPUs. For doing virtualization, we install hypervisor on a laptop or a desktop or a server. Hypervisor is just a generic name. What is hypervisor? This is OS required for virtualization. Now you have a lot of hypervisors available. So let us say Microsoft is having a hypervisor called Hyper-V. Then VMware, it has got a hypervisor called ESXi. Linux has got a hypervisor called KVM. Then there is one more, Citrix, that has a hypervisor called Zen. Now in the current module, we are going to discuss about VMware. So definitely the hypervisor we will be using is ESXi. This is name of the hypervisor. Now after the hypervisor is installed, you know that every operating system has a kernel. So Windows kernel is there, Linux kernel is there, Mac kernel is there. So kernel takes control of entire hardware. Similarly, when you install ESXi, here also you have a kernel. We call him VM kernel. So this VM kernel will take care of all the compute resources, memory, disk, CPU, and network adapter. And then on the top of this, we will be able to create virtual machines. And in every virtual machine, we will be able to install operating system. So let's say in one of these, I am installing Windows. The another, I am installing Linux. The one more, I am installing with something else. Or you go with Mac. And then whatever the application you require, you can add in this. So these are all totally isolated individual virtual machines. The operating system that you are installing within the virtual machine is called guest OS. And this laptop, desktop, or a server on which you install the hypervisor, this will be called ESXi host or ESXi server. Now, this is physical infrastructure in which you can use only one operating system on one physical server or a laptop or a desktop. But in this architecture, which is called virtual infrastructure, you can see you are able to create multiple virtual machines. Multiple virtual machines can be installed. You can install many operating systems and run many applications. So this is a big difference between the physical infrastructure and the virtual infrastructure. So definitely we are going to understand few things: how to install ESXi, how to create virtual machines, how to install guest operating system, how to install drivers, and these are called VMware tools. Okay, all of you, please take the screenshot of this diagram, because based on this, now we can have certain questions. If I change the screen, then you won't be able to see this diagram. So you need to have the option to take the screenshot.
सर
Yes.
सर जो नंबर 2 और नंबर 4 का है वो क्या है?
This one, how to create virtual machine?
नहीं सर, वो VM VR वो है ना, और नंबर 4 ऊपर. हाँ सर.
या तो इसीलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि आप ये पहले इसका स्क्रीनशॉट ले लो डायग्राम का. डू यू नो व्हाट अ स्क्रीनशॉट और अ प्रिंट स्क्रीन इज? Is it done?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and you can save that in your maybe a Word file or something else. You can just paste it there. Okay. So we started with this. What is virtualization? It is nothing but abstraction of compute. Why it is abstraction of compute? Because whatever the compute resources you have, this is all abstracted and it is being shared with many virtual machines. So to make it simple, sharing compute resources to manage multiple virtual machines. What is hypervisor? This is operating system required for virtualization. Which companies or vendors provide virtualization OS? What is this hypervisor? In this, we have mentioned Microsoft, that's a company, and the hypervisor of Microsoft is called Hyper-V. Similar to Microsoft, we have a company called VMware. So that is your answer for the point number 2. And the product of VMware is ESXi. Then you have another company, that is Linux, you know that. Hypervisor is KVM. And then there is one more company, Citrix. Hypervisor is Zen. But what we are learning VMware virtualization because this is widely used in the industry. 80% of market is using VMware. Does that answer your question now?
Yes sir. Yes sir.
Yep. Okay, now based on the diagram, I would like to have any questions if you people have. So you know what is a virtual machine, what is a guest operating system, what is a hypervisor. So hypervisor is generic name, but what you install on a physical machine or a laptop or a desktop, it could be either ESXi or it could be Hyper-V, it could be KVM or it could be even Zen also. These are all what? These are all hypervisors. And now you know what is a hypervisor. It is nothing but OS required for virtualization. Now we are talking about a product given by VMware, that's a company. So in VMware, hypervisor is of two types. One, bare metal hypervisor. Example, ESXi. This can be installed directly on a physical server without need to have any existing OS or application. What is the meaning of this bare metal hypervisor? So we have purchased a new hardware. This is a brand new hardware that we have purchased. This one. On this, we don't need any existing OS or application. We can directly install hypervisor. That is ESXi. That's why it is called bare metal hypervisor. Is this clear for all what is bare metal hypervisor? And the second option is hosted hypervisor. A hosted hypervisor means I'll show you a software that we have discussed, the workstation. So you can see this workstation 16 Pro, which I have told you that you need to download and install it on your existing whatever the virtual machine operating system is. So I'm using this Windows 10 right now. You can see this, it's a Windows 10. And on this Windows 10, I'm running this application, Workstation. So Workstation is also a hypervisor because that allows you to create virtual machine. But we cannot install Workstation directly on a physical server. We need to have some existing operating system. So we already are running it on the top of Windows 10. Is this clear? So this will be example I'm putting Workstation. If you have a Mac, then on Mac you get Fusion. So software from VMware for Windows and Linux is Workstation, and for Mac it is Fusion. So this can be installed on existing OS, which can be Linux, Windows, or Mac. Now what the problem here is? The problem is that if your base operating system, Linux, Windows, or Mac fails, then whatever the virtual machines I might have created in this. So right now I have this management host, that's a machine production ESXi, there is a storage, there is a DC. These are all couple of machines. This everything will crash if any of the operating system. So if the base operating system has got the issue, then definitely your workstation or the fusion that is also going to crash because it is just an application that you have installed on a operating system. So diagrammatic representation will be something else. So it's like you have a laptop or a desktop, and on the top of this, then you have some OS, Linux, Windows, or Mac. And then on the top of this, you're adding hosted hypervisor. And what is the name of the hosted hypervisor? It could be Workstation, or if it is Mac, then it could be Fusion. So this is example of hosted hypervisor, and this is bare metal hypervisor. So we cannot install this Workstation or Fusion if you don't have this. You need to have some existing operating system. but that specific requirement is not there when it comes to bare metal. Now the clear any queries? I'm just checking for any questions that you might have added in the chat. So I don't see any questions here. So Mutuza, I think you have got your answer. For even Mac, we have the softwares available. Same links you can use, you can get it. Any queries till this part? What is hosted hypervisor? What is bare metal hypervisor? Okay. So practicals, installing workstation or Fusion. It's very simple. Once you have downloaded the workstation, and the downloads after you have downloaded the file, you can check for this workstation. So this is VMware Workstation Full Edition. You just have to run this. Now on my system, it is already there, so it doesn't make any sense. I'm just showing you. You just have to double click and your installation is going to start. And it will also ask you for the reboot. And is create virtual machine. So you just continue with this options here. Now, because there is already a workstation installed, it will not continue. That's fine. I'm saying cancel. And then we will download ESXi ISO. Installing workstation, this is what hosted hypervisor. And this is bare metal hypervisor. Then we are going to create a virtual machine. Install ESXi. These four things we are going to complete it. Second is download ESXi ISO. So I have shared you the link from where you can download this. In the downloads, you can search for hypervisor. It is this VMware VMvisor installer. VMware hypervisor. That is what VMvisor is. So this file, and what is the link? Link is already given in the chat from where you have to get this. Then we have to start the workstation and we have to create a virtual machine in that. Create a virtual machine in workstation. Now, the virtual machine that we will create in workstation for installing the ESXi, we need to understand the hardware requirements. Hardware requirements to install ESXi. So we require at least 4 GB of memory. We can use around 40 GB of hard disk. We require one network adapter. So this will be all the resource in your virtual machine. And then we'll require two CPU core. So either one CPU that is dual core or a core to duo, or nowadays you get Core i3, Core i5, Core i6, Core i7, and all that things. So we require at least two CPU core. So that hardware we need to have. So when you start the workstation, here you can just click on create a new virtual machine. Here you get two options. One is typical, one is custom. So we can go with this custom option here, saying next. So this we can take it by default, just saying next. And you provide the ISO file path here, what you have downloaded. In the downloads, I've got this two ESXi version, one is 6.7, one is 7.0. I'm going with this 6.7, saying open. Now you can change the location where you want to install this. So I don't want this in the C drive, so I'm just putting it in the E drive. Selecting this virtual machines folder, and here we will create that. I'm naming this as ESXi 02. I already have 01. I'll change the location now. So in E drive, I'm adding a folder ESXi 02. Make new folder, saying OK. Now here you can see number of processor. It can be two processor. 4 is 1, so total it becomes 2. You can use it another way also. You can take one processor and you can take two core here. Even that is possible. So we are taking two processors and one core. Any combination is fine as far as you get this total processor core as 2. Thing next. Memory 4096 MB, that is 4 GB approximately. And in the network type, select the option called as bridge. So bridge, NAT, host only, and do not use a network connection. These are four options available. So later on, I will explain you what this connection means. But right now, you just keep in mind that you have to select the bridge networking here. Saying next. This is default. Again, default. Create a new virtual disk. I'm just taking a 40 GB of drive. This is a VMDK file that will get created, and I want to put that file in this E drive. Thing next. And if you want to make any changes, you can make it here. So memory 4 GB, processor 2. Then CD DVD, we have mounted the ISO from the downloads. This one. And now we are just okay to say close and finish. So we are installing the ESXi within a virtual machine. Now, why are we doing this? Because every one of you might not be having a single separate physical server for doing this. So this is for just lab reason that we are doing it in a virtual machine, and for that you're using software called as workstation. Okay, in the meanwhile, if you people have any queries, you can unmute and you can ask me. And this will take maybe a minute or two for the installation. So we have done everything just step by step. और जो भी एग्जिस्टिंग ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम था आपके पास विंडोज 10 या विंडोज 7 और वॉट एवर इट इज, तो उसके ऊपर पहले वर्क स्टेशन इंस्टॉल किया. देन वी हैव डाउनलोड द ISO फॉर द ESXi, और उसके बाद फिर वर्चुअल मशीन क्रिएट करके वी आर इंस्टॉलिंग ESXi इन दैट. दिस वी आर गोइंग टू यूज एज ESXi सर्वर. यहाँ तक कोई क्वेरीज है? I'm just checking chat if there are any queries, so I don't see any questions here. You don't have to do parallelly with me. आप लोग को मेरे साथ करने की जरूरत नहीं है. जारिश, सिद्धि, so you are putting a query. Many of us are still installing the software. You can do this after this session also. जब session चालू है तो you just try to understand what is happening in the session. Any more queries? So we'll continue with the installation now. You just say enter here and F11 to accept the license agreement. So you can see a local disk here of 40 GB that we have added. So I'm just selecting that. Keyboard language US default. So we won't be able to use mouse here. And I'm setting a root password. It should be a complex password. The password that I'm using, I'll just put it here. Maybe you can keep the same password or something else. Username is root. Password I'm saying VMware 1 exclamation. Okay. So again, you can click on enter to continue and press F11. So it doesn't take much time. The installation is done. We just have to reboot this. So once it completely gets started, we should be able to see the IP address, the name, and then we can make some changes if required. You can see this ESXi installation is done. Okay, now we will try to understand how the diagram would look like, what we have done so far. Maybe people can take the screenshot of this. So we have created a workstation virtual machine. We have given the name as ASXi02. Just assume if this is the physical server. In this physical server, then we have added memory. We added a hard disk. Then we added two CPUs. And there was a network adapter also in this. So technically, this is like a physical server that you have, and it will be connected in your switch. I hope you everyone know what is a physical switch is. So this is switch. And then we are connecting this network adapter to the switch. And we have already installed ESXi on this. Who is the kernel of the ESXi? We have discussed it earlier. It is VM kernel. Now to see the installation that was happening, it's like we have a local monitor connected here. Now this screen that you people are able to see, the yellow screen, this is like the local monitor that was connected to the physical server, and you are able to see this operating system. You have seen the entire installation also. So this yellow screen, we call it as DCUI. This is called Direct Console User Interface. Okay, so you can configure everything of your ESXi. Now, this physical machine on which you have installed ESXi, इसे हम लोग क्या बोलेंगे? We will say this is ESXi host or ESXi server. This is the LAN card of your physical server. VMware में जो physical LAN card होता है उसे हम लोग बोलेंगे VMNIC. And because this is the first LAN card, it will be VMNIC 0. Technically, what is VMNIC? It's LAN card or network adapter. Now, this is a cable, or you can say physical uplink. Nothing but a cable, Cat5 cable or a Cat6 cable, which can be used for connecting this LAN card to the physical switch. Connecting VMNIC 0 to physical switch. Now, when you see this DCUI, आपको यहाँ पे option क्या मिल रहा है? You're able to see the IP address of your ESXi, and if you see at the bottom, अगर कस्टमाइज करना है तो F2 प्रेस करो, एंड ऑन द राइट साइड बॉटम यू कैन सी प्रेस F12 इफ यू वांट टू शट डाउन और रीस्टार्ट. तो मुझे अगर कस्टमाइज करना है, मुझे चेंज करना है, आईपी एड्रेस चेंज करना है या नाम चेंज करना है, तो आई विल प्रेस F2 and I can log in with the password that I had set. So it will give me some options where I can change the things. और अगर इसे मुझे शट डाउन या रीस्टार्ट करना है तो आई विल प्रेस F12. Again, I have to log in. If I want to say shut down, then again I have to press F2 or F11. If I just want to cancel, I can say escape. I don't want to do anything. So for making any changes, what you can do is press F2. And if you want to shut down or restart, then press F12. Okay. F2 is for customize. F12 is for reboot or shut down. यहाँ तक clear है सबको? Any queries? Please take the print screen of this diagram. No queries? Okay. Now let me take you through some of the slides so that we can understand what we are technically doing. Before that, again, let me know if you people have any queries. We can discuss that same. Now, a simple question for everyone. Do you see any benefit of doing this virtualization?
That it is more secure.
Security depends upon if you are using a firewall, if you are using an antivirus. तो जो भी नॉर्मल ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम में होता है वो यहाँ पे भी होता है.
Software compatibility.
सॉफ्टवेयर कंपैटिबिलिटी कहाँ पे है? यहाँ पे कोई रिलेशन ही नहीं है, राइट?
अगर आपको अगर
आइसोलेशन
ये ओएस में रन नहीं हो रहा तो दूसरे ओएस में यूज कर सकते हैं ना वर्चुअलाइजेशन यूज करके।
So that is OS compatibility, not the software compatibility. So benefits of virtualization, we need less hardware for running multiple applications. That is one of the biggest benefit, right? तो पहले कोई एक कंपनी था जिसका 8 एप्लीकेशंस था। Company is running 8 applications in physical server, one each. What kind of applications it can be? It can be a web server, database server, it can be FTP server, can be Active Directory, can be a streaming server, it can be email server, some one or the other applications. So if company is running 8 application in physical server, one each, it means 8 application require how many servers? 8 physical servers, correct? Now for each application, if you want a redundancy, availability, अगर कोई एक physical server अगर fail हो गया तो क्या हो जाएगा? वो particular application unavailable हो जाएगा. So to have redundancy or availability, there should be 2 servers per application. For example, database server अगर है तो database 1 एक सर्वर पे, database 2 दूसरे सर्वर पे, they both are replica of each other, they both synchronize. database server 1 फेल हो गया तो कोई बात नहीं, database 2 is already there. लेकिन प्रॉब्लम क्या हो रहा है? टू हैव रिडंडेंसी और अवेलेबिलिटी देयर शुड बी 2 सर्वर्स पर एप्लीकेशन. So 8 application now require how many servers? 16 physical servers. Obviously 16 physical servers का कॉस्ट बढ़ जाएगा, राइट? 16 फिजिकल सर्वर्स का कॉस्ट बढ़ेगा, उनका नेटवर्किंग का कॉस्ट बढ़ेगा, उनका स्टोरेज का कॉस्ट बढ़ जाएगा. द मेंटेनेंस विल आल्सो इंक्रीज. Are you all understanding this? What is the difference? अभी ये physical servers we don't keep in office, we don't keep at home, so they are to be kept in a data center. Cost of keeping one server in data center is approximately 3 to 7 lakhs per year. डेटा सेंटर में कॉस्ट इतना ज़्यादा क्यों होता है? Because data center is giving you security, multiple power supply, because your server should be up and running always, multiple internet connection. When you get support, अगर कोई केबल डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया या कोई हार्ड डिस्क फेल हो गया, you get a local support over there. सर्वर को रखने के लिए you get a space. That's why the cost of keeping one server in data center is 3 to 7 lakhs. तो मिनिमम कॉस्ट वो कंपनी का 16 फिजिकल सर्वर्स के लिए कितना हो जाएगा? Even if you consider 3 lakhs, 16 दिस कितना हो गया? 48 lakhs. And whatever the number of physical servers you have purchased, in industry you cannot use it for more than 3 years or 5 years. After that you have to change them again. It's not like a home PC or a laptop that you can use for maybe 8 years, 10 years. जब तक चल रहा है तब तक चल रहा है. So the best standard in the banking is they don't use it for more than 3 years. Other companies, they may continue using it for 4 years or 5 years maximum. But after that, you have to completely change that physical server. So for a new company, this big investment is called capex. तो किसी को अगर ये नया स्टार्ट करना है तो it becomes capital investment. And for ongoing companies, जो ये हमेशा का cost रहेगा, yearly recurring cost, it is also called as operational cost. Now, if this company want to reduce the capital investment or an operational cost, the only solution for the company is to go with virtualization. Virtualization का benefit क्या हो जाएगा? Just using 2 servers, they can manage running 8 applications with redundancy. So we just imagine करो, cost saving will be 16 servers to now just 2 servers. तो अभी 2 फिजिकल सर्वर का डेटा सेंटर का कॉस्ट कितना आएगा? Even if you consider the minimum 3 lakh, it is going to be 6 lakhs. Do you see a big difference in 48 lakhs and 6 lakhs? Reduces almost 80 to 90% of infrastructure cost. This is the biggest advantage of virtualization. Example clear है सबको what we have discussed? It's like initially the company was having 8 applications running in physical servers. And then per application, they were using 1 physical server. Now to have the redundancy, then they configured 2 servers per application. So here it is like web server 1 and this is like web 02. Now this becomes like your database 01 and database 02. Now this is like FTP service, so FTP1 and this is FTP2. Now, the same infrastructure, when it becomes virtual, how will it look like? So now you have two ESXi servers, and on each of them, you create virtual machines. We can run 4 on each, or we can also run 8 per ESXi, even that is possible. So what is happening here? You are using 16 physical servers. और यहाँ पे अभी कितना physical servers है? These are only 2 physical servers. The difference clear? So even things becomes easy to manage when you have less number of hardware resources. So we need less hardware for running multiple application. Management becomes easy, low investment. You definitely get security also, because this is the most secured operating system. Till today, no one has hacked this ESXi. There is no vulnerability. So it is definitely secure. So you get security, you get scalability. It means you can add more virtual machines if required. If you want to add more physical RAM, you can add physical RAM also. Okay, so we'll come back to this, the DCUI configuration. कोई queries है तो let me know, and I hope you are able to relate this diagram. जो अभी वर्क स्टेशन में वर्चुअल मशीन हमने क्रिएट किया, उसको हमने नाम क्या दिया है? ESXi02. So this is going to be your physical server, and you have connected a monitor to this, and you are able to see a yellow screen which is called DCUI, and that is Direct Console User Interface. तो ESXi को अगर आपको कस्टमाइज करना है तो you can press F2 or you can press F12 to shut down or restart. So let us say I want to change the IP address for this. So I can press F2 now. I can log in. So we go to this management network here. First option क्या है? Configure password. So we have set this password during the installation. Still, if you want to change it, you can press enter. You can type old password and then change it to the new one. Second option is grayed out. Third option is configure management network. So network adapters here, I want to change IP, so I will check this IP configuration. By default, it takes IP from DHCP. I will make it static. And here you can change this IP address. I'll say this is 1.33. You just press escape and apply changes, say yes. So this is how you can change the IP address of your ESXi. And then you can verify if that ESXi is reachable. So what is the IP address of this ESXi now? 192.168.1.33. So this desktop right now, what I'm using, so you have your another desktop or a laptop connected in the same network, and from here you can verify the connectivity to this 1.33. I'm just verifying the connectivity 192.168.1.33. You can see we are getting the reply from it. So to configure anything, if you want to change IP address, if you want to change the name, so right now the name is ESXi02. You want to change it to something else. Again, you can go into this UI. Again, configure management network, DNS configuration, and here you have the option to change the host name. For default इसका जो host name है that is local host, I want to change it. I want to make it ESXi02. Save करने के लिए first you press enter, then escape, and then say yes. यहाँ तक clear है? Now I want to access the ESXi 1.33 so that I can create virtual machine. So from my another laptop or a desktop, I can just type this HTTPS, then IP address 192.168.1.33. इसे हम लोग बोलेंगे होस्ट क्लाइंट. ESXi होस्ट को एक्सेस करने के लिए एक ब्राउजर बेस्ड ऑप्शन है दैट इज कॉल्ड होस्ट क्लाइंट. So here I'll just close all these things not required now. So I can type in HTTPS 192.168.1.103. Sorry, 33. And it says your connection is not private, so that's fine. Advanced, and proceed to this 1.33. So this option which you see right now, it is called host client. And here you can log in with root and the password VMware 1 exclamation. So for the first time, it will ask you to join this customer experience improvement program. You can just uncheck this and you can say okay. Now we have downloaded this ESXi trial version. तो यहाँ पे मैनेज में जाके अगर मैं लाइसेंस चेक करता हूँ, you can see it is a evaluation mode. कब तक valid है? It is valid till 1st of October. So you get a 60 days of time for the evaluation. Now from here, you can get your system hardware information. So what is the total capacity of CPU, how much it is used, how much is free. Then out of 4 GB of RAM, again how much is used, how much is free, even the storage also. So all the details are mentioned over here. This is the IP address. If you remember, we have created a drive of 40 GB in which we have installed this ESXi. So that is your data store. Okay. Now in C drive of Windows 10, so you have a disk and you create a C drive, D drive, and E drive. Okay. In Windows or Linux or Mac, we partition disk drive and format with certain file system and create partitions or volumes. You can name them as C drive, D drive, E drive, or whatever it is. Correct? Similarly, in ESXi server or ESXi host, we format disk drive with BMFS file system and create data store. In Windows, what you say as partition or volume, similarly in VMware we say it is data store. तो जो भी लोकल डिस्क है उसे हम लोग फॉर्मेट कर लेते हैं विद अ VMFS फाइल सिस्टम. ये VMware का फाइल सिस्टम है and what ultimately gets created is called data store. That's why if I go in the file explorer of Windows, I can see the partitions C drive, D drive, E drive. And same thing, if I see in the storage of this ESXi 1.33, I see data store. Is it clear what is data store? What is data store? It's a logical storage created by formatting local disk with VMFS file system. यहाँ तक कोई queries? Is it clear for all? So I'm giving you maybe 4-5 minutes. You can put your questions in the chat so we can just do the recap of whatever we have discussed so far. So you know what is virtualization, then you also know what it takes to create virtualization, what is then hypervisor, how you can download that ESXi, how you can download the workstation. That all options are clear to you now. Yeah, any queries in the meanwhile? So I'm again pointing Aditi, you're using a mobile, so please try if you can use a desktop because there are a lot of things you will have to do. तो प्रैक्टिस कैसे करोगे आप लोग? मंथन ठक्कर, then Nancy, Pankaj Chaudhary, Shanawaz Siddiqui. Please make sure that you people use desktop or laptop, whatever you have. No queries? Any confusion so far? Okay. So just help me with whatever we have discussed so far. So this is like a session recap. So it's like we have tried to understand what is virtualization, what is hypervisor, then what are the types of hypervisor. What are the two types of hypervisor? Does anyone remember that?
Bare metal and hosted.
Correct. Bare metal and hosted. What are the hypervisor types? Bare metal and hosted. And what are the different companies that give you hypervisor? You have Microsoft that gives you Hyper-V. You have Linux that gives you KVM. What we are learning? We are learning VMware. So we are using VMware hypervisor called ESXi. And then you have Citrix also that gives you Zen. Even Oracle has a virtual box, so that is also a hypervisor. आप लोग ने शायद यूज किया रहेगा Oracle virtual box. So downloading workstation or Fusion. Downloading VMweiser. That is what ESXi. Installing workstation on Windows 10. So when you will be doing it, not necessary you have Windows 10. You may have some different OS also. And then creating a virtual machine. Installing ESXi. Accessing ESXi DCUI. What is DCUI? Direct Console User Interface. After that, changing ESXi IP address and host name. After that, seeing ESXi using host client. What is it? It's a browser-based option to access ESXi server. And URL is this HTTPS, whatever the IP or FQDN of your ESXi. What is data store? What is physical LAN card, or what is LAN card or network adapter called in ESXi? What do you call it as? Does anyone remember that? LAN card या network adapter को क्या बोलते हैं?
VMNIC.
VMNIC.
Yeah, that's correct. It is VMNIC, VMNIC. Okay. Okay. Any queries in this session recap? These are the topics that we have done today. So I'm expecting even you people to do all this thing. You have a lot of time, whole day, even tomorrow morning also. And practically this doesn't take more than maybe 20 to 30 minutes. Once you have downloaded everything, then creating a VM, then accessing DCUI, accessing the host client, it's hardly a few minutes task. Right? Tasks in host client. Check license details. Check ESXi server, hardware details. Check ESXi storage details, and that will show you what? Data store. Yes, Satyam, you're typing something. Any queries? You can directly ask. So, Jarjish, do you have any queries?
No, sir. Yeah, today's session notes, whatever I'm saving here, definitely I will send you this notepad entirely. Then whatever the diagrams I have, I will be sharing those diagrams as well. So we are doing this fourth option now. So we have checked the data store, we have checked the server hardware, we have checked the license detail also, and now we are doing this fourth option. Check option create virtual machine. So from the host client, if I click on this virtual machines, here I have got that option create or register a virtual machine. We can follow this create new virtual machine. I'm saying this is VM1 and compatibility you can keep 6.7 guest OS. You want to install Linux or Windows, you can select that. And just for creating a dummy VM, I'm not going to install any operating system. I'm just selecting some older version here, Windows Server 2003 32-bit. Now we will require a storage, so we are selecting the data store one that we already have and saying next. Then hardware, this is only a dummy machine. I'm not installing any operating system. So I'll just keep the disk space of 2 GB. Memory, I will make it 512 MB. That's it. Saying next and finish. Okay. So virtual machine got created. You created the first VM inside the ESXi. So technically it is going to be like this. So you have created the first VM. What is the name been given? VM1. Now This entire virtual machine is nothing but a folder in your data store. That is your storage. What is the name of this data store that we have found is data store 1. See this. In storage, this is data store 1. And in that you have folder with the name. So this virtual machine is technically what? So if you go to this storage and if you browse this, you can see the folder. So virtual machine is a folder or a set of files stored as folder in your data store. So you can write that simple definition. Virtual machine is a set of files stored as folder in data store. So default virtual machine files. So in data store, then you can check what are the default virtual machine files. So if you click on the folder here, you get to see these 3 files. One is VMDK, that's a virtual machine disk. So 2 GB का drive जो हमने create किया था वो. Another is .vmsd, it's a virtual machine snapshot data. So there is a concept of rollback or a restore point. Say for example, अभी ये Windows 10 में मैंने अगर कोई security patch install किया, and if suddenly the Windows 10 became unstable, things are not working fine. Now I cannot remove that, so I will roll back. वो पैच को मैं रिमूव नहीं कर सकता, तो मुझे प्रीवियस स्टेट पे जाना पड़ेगा. दैट इज व्हाट कॉल्ड एज स्नैपशॉट. सेकंड फाइल इज वर्चुअल मशीन स्नैपशॉट डेटा. थर्ड फाइल इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट, VMX. दिस इज वर्चुअल मशीन कॉन्फ़िगरेशन फाइल. तो वर्चुअल मशीन का जो भी हार्डवेयर का डिटेल्स है, दैट इज ऑल मेंशन्ड इन द कॉन्फ़िगरेशन फाइल. So we found 3 files here. Which one? VM1.vmdk. What is this? This is virtual machine disk. सेकंड फाइल कौन सा था? vm1.vmsd, virtual machine snapshot data. Third is vm1.vmx. This is most important file, virtual machine configuration file. Now these are the files that construct your virtual machine for the first time. अभी ये मशीन हमने पावर ऑन नहीं किया है. So these are files in the power off state. Power on करोगे तो you will get more files. Now before doing that power on, power off and verifying the other files, let me show you one thing. So once you have created the virtual machine, अगर ये virtual machine आपको नहीं चाहिए, there are 2 options. You can select that. You can go into actions. You can say delete. Delete करोगे तो वो folder data store से delete हो जाएगा. You are completely deleting the virtual machine. टाइमिंग अगर नहीं चाहिए, you can keep it unregistered. तो यहाँ से इन्वेंट्री से वो चला जाएगा, लेकिन मशीन का डेटा अभी भी स्टोरेज में अवेलेबल है. If you go in the storage and if you check the files, you still have the files. तो मशीन्स को रिमूव करने के लिए कितना ऑप्शन है? One is delete, but that is a permanent delete. Second is unregister. Now if you want the virtual machine back, you can go to the storage, browse for the files, the VMX, इसको right click करके you say register VM. So that is the importance of VMX, the virtual machine configuration file.
Is it clear? Check option to create virtual machine. Create virtual machine and verify folder and files in data store. Identify default virtual machine files. Delete or unregister a virtual machine. तो अनरजिस्टर करके हमने वापस उसको रजिस्टर करके देख लिया. Finally, if I say actions and delete, it's permanent delete. Now, if you check, there is no VM1 folder available. Is this clear for everyone? So tomorrow will be again a very important day because we will be understanding the management network configuration of this ESXi. तो ये ESXi हमने access किया है with this IP 192.168.1.33. Now in networking, you will be able to see something like virtual switch. Tomorrow we have to understand this. The virtual switch, the management network, the physical adapter, then what is this VM network. So day by day, definitely it will be more interesting and bit of intensive also, because there is a lot of new things that you will be learning in this. Fine. So I just don't want to add more topics today. Being the day one, I think this should be more than enough. So you people let me know in the meanwhile if you have any queries, and you need to update, or maybe you can ask me on the WhatsApp group. We have a WhatsApp group. If any of you are not able to download or install something, then you can put a screenshot if required in the WhatsApp group also. So I can reply there and there itself. Today's notes I will be adding in the WhatsApp. You can get it from the WhatsApp. I'll be uploading it. Quick queries before we end the session?
सर
Yes.
सर आपने जो स्टार्टिंग में 3 डाउनलोड के लिए बताया था वो तीनों डाउनलोड करना है ना?
तो विंडोज 10 का iOS अगर आपके पास है तो यू डोंट हैव टू देन डाउनलोड दैट. कोई भी ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम का iOS रहेगा तो चल जाएगा. हाँ, लेकिन वर्क सेशन तो करना ही पड़ेगा, और वो
हाँ सर,
ESX का करना ही
जिसका आपने
पड़ेगा.
दोनों का लिंक दिया है.
जी हाँ, राइट.
तो सर मैं व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में नहीं हूँ.
ओके. So you can write an email to me, then I will get that added. Okay. मेरा email address तो है आपके पास. Hello. Okay, so we have mentioned everything in this session notes over here. I'm just saying save again. And then we have one more file here. So this is session recap. This is day one, session recap and tasks. So all of these files I will be sending it in the WhatsApp group. If anyone is not in the WhatsApp group, you people have the email ID, right? So you can email it to me. I can then send you the session notes in the email. I'm again putting my email ID in the chat, admin@vcloudexperts.com. Okay, any queries? If no queries, then it's okay. We can end the session now. So far, all the communication is quite clear. You need to download the files, try to complete the task before we meet tomorrow. Get the software downloaded. And send me the email so that I can send you the session notes. You can send me the email right now. I can send it to you straightforward right now.